it's Amanda, and today I am doing a collaboration with a bunch of my friends, and we are coming to share with you 10-minute meals that take 10 minutes worth of prep time, and you can have your family fed very quickly. Of course, we're all going through this situation with the coronavirus and being safe at home, so I have 3 grown men in my house, plus me, grown lady, and my daughter who is 17, so I have 5 grown people in my house. And keeping everybody fed can be challenging. You know, we've been dealing with meat shortages, and it's just hard to get the things that you want from the store when you want it. So I am making today beef stew, and the reason why I'm making it is, number one, ground beef is challenging to come by, so this meal is 1 pound of ground beef, and it will feed all 5 of us. It's plenty hearty, and it does the job. So that's one of the reasons that I really like it. And then number 2, it uses some of the things that you might have left over in your house. So you can still have a good solid meal and also use up things that you might have lingering around your fridge or in your pantry. So I'm going to show you the ingredients. I have them all sitting here, and we will get this ready. Okay, now I went ahead and pre-prepared this just because I thought it would be easier, because my goal right now is to do a lot of different things, and I wanted to make sure I wasn't spending too much time editing, but instead I just showed you the meal. So the first thing I did was I browned up 1 pound of ground beef and 1 onion. So it's already browned up. I'm going to toss it into the crock pot here in a second. Then I have the vegetables. Now ideally, you could put other vegetables in here, but I'm just using what I have left over lying around. So you always want to have potatoes. I think potatoes are kind of necessary, but I had a few potatoes that were starting to get eyes and things, so I peeled them and cut them up. You want to probably have about 5 potatoes. And then this right here is some baby carrots that I had in a bag that everybody had eaten probably about half of the baby carrots, and then we ran out of ranch. So then they weren't as excited to have the baby carrots. So I just cut them in thirds. That's a real quick chop, okay? So basically, while the meat was browning with the onions, I'm chopping up the few things that I'm going to chop up. So other things that you could add, normally I would definitely add some peas, either a can or some frozen peas. I didn't have any, so I'm not adding them. You could add celery. You could add a bunch of different vegetables. It just depends on what you have. But while you're frying up the beef, get it chopped up and ready and pre-prepared. Okay, then the other thing you're going to need is a can of tomato soup. And then I'm going to throw in an au jus packet. If you have a brown gravy packet, that would work too. Or frankly, you just don't need any of it. I just like it for a little extra flavor. You want about 3 cups of broth. Now my broth I make homemade and I freeze in ice cubes. So this is my 3 cups of broth. We're going to add some water to get it to the level I want. So we'll talk about that in a second. Then look, 1 teaspoon of salt. 1 teaspoon, whoop, wrong one. 1 teaspoon of Italian seasoning, 1 teaspoon of parsley flakes. So those are all ones, but these items aren't going to be ones. You're going to sprinkle in black pepper according to your taste. So if you like a lot, put in a lot, and if you like a little, put a little. And then to thicken our beef stew, you're going to want to take some cornstarch. And you want 2 tablespoons of cornstarch with 2 tablespoons of water. And those you are going, I'm going to show you my cornstarch here. That's what my cornstarch looks like. And you're going to take your whisk and whisk that water and that cornstarch in that bowl, and then you're going to pour it into the liquid in the crock pot and stir it up, and that will thicken it. So I'm going to go ahead and put everything in my crock pot, and then you'll see what it looks like. Because my broth is not liquid, I need to get some liquid in there to at least cover up the potatoes and everything. I want to make it nice and soft until that broth melts down. So I put in about 4 cups of water. I'm going to stir it up, and then I'm going to add the slurry that I made with the cornstarch in the water. kind of dark over here in this corner, but you can see that I've got all the ingredients in there and I have it on high. Now, we already cooked the meat, so we're actually just cooking through the vegetables. So I'm gonna put the lid on and we're gonna put it on high for about 4 hours and then it'll be ready. The other great thing about this meal is that it's easy cleanup. So there's not a lot of dishes. I didn't make a bunch of mess. So that is so much nicer, especially for those of us who don't have a dishwasher. So let me just take a minute while this is cooking just to tell you that down in the description box I have linked all the folks who are making other 10-minute meals. We have a wide variety of people. I'm not going to name everybody because I'll totally leave them out, but make sure you check them out. There's a lot of really talented folks who use a variety of things, homegrown, home canned, and people will just really show you some things that you can do while you're at home. So I know you're going to like them and I know you're going to like their recipes. I want to help you stretch your time and stretch your budget, so if you want to hang out with me you can. And if you've never been to my channel before, if you're coming from my friends, then I appreciate you joining me. I want to help you save your money and save your time, and that's what we're here for. So subscribe if you haven't already, and if you guys would click the like button, that would be helpful to me. And I am going to let this cook now. You can cook this on low, by the way. Then it's 6 to 7 hours. Okay, so that is my 10-minute meal, quick beef stew. As you can see, it's another day. I actually put on makeup. I think this is the first time I put on makeup and did anything besides the quarantine chic since this whole thing began. But anyway, I did it for you guys. I hope you appreciate it. So this recipe you can do in 10 minutes. Let me know if you give it a try. It's super easy. Like I said, something I think that is relatable to almost anybody. And like I said at the beginning, the best part of it is that you can take a little bit of food and stretch it to feed a lot of people. Some side dishes you could add are of course a salad, some kind of bread, crackers. You could even throw some rice in if you want, if you have some leftover rice you're trying to use. But if you're going to do that, add it in like the last 30 minutes. You just want to cook it through. And honestly, you could even add a little pasta if you wanted to. Just, you know, if you're going to add pasta or rice, you want to make less potatoes so it's not so many carbs. Or more veg. Either way. So anyway, alright, that is it. Thank you for hanging out with me, and I hope you guys will come back next week. I'm going to do another one-shot update, and we've got some big news to share, so I hope you'll hang out with us, and that's that. So you guys have a great day, and we'll see you next time. Bye!